it gets to get weird.
Did we start that way?
Yeah, no, that's how it started.
Did we hear Asa?
Oh, we did.
Just laughter.
No,
okay.
we heard him. What's up, guys? It's Mr. 100 and the 5-Star Man here on the Podzilla 1985 Network, and boy, do we have a show for you. My name is Shannon Young. I am Mr. 100. Down at the end of the table is the 5-Star Weird Man, Asa Gray.
I've given up.
Thumbs up. We got, to my right, Allie came first, Bear.
I'm going home.
So you'll get there first.
So yeah.
I hate all of you. Ah!
That's the loudest she's ever been on the show. Must be she came so hard.
Oh my god. I'm so
Oh.
Can we name this one Mr. 100 and the 5-Star Man After Dark?
We can now. Oh, man, she's slinking down into her chair, slowly sliding cartoon style. And the Big D, Dalton Anthony.
Oh, my stomach hurts, yo.
Yeah, you were laughing in a way I've never heard anyone laugh before.
I've only heard that weird gasp, like the I can only imagine it's the sound a fish would make if it was like as it's like flopping around in a boat,
if the fish had listened to this episode and started giggling.
and then immediately tried to jump into a boat.
Oh, gosh. This is the greatest opening. We've peaked. It's taken us 4 years.
You know when you laugh so hard that the back of your head and like jaw hurt.
Oh, no, I'm
Yeah,
there, but like my
that's-
stomach also hurts. Like I don't have to go to Planet Fitness tonight.
Oh, I'm not gonna go. Let's start the show off by talking about that just for a second. Have you been to Planet Fitness lately?
No.
Goddamn cesspool.
Oh, yeah, you gotta wait.
Cesspool of people.
Good for them.
Ugh.
They're trying.
Yeah.
They got the same goal as you.
Yeah, except I've been not going for months.
Yeah, same. Like I haven't been there since October since I messed my foot up.
So I've been going since I started on my pills. And I went yesterday. Actually, I went last week, and it wasn't that bad. But I also went at like midnight.
Yeah.
This week I went yesterday at 5:30, and boy howdy, there was like 5 empty spots. Mm-hmm. It was uncomfortable.
No,
But I said I was gonna. I almost pulled away and was like, no, there's so many people. But I went, no, you know what? I'm dedicated. So I went in, I killed it.
Last night I was so mad because I have not been in a great space since Saturday. Just like I've been super down. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go to the gym, and then like that'll make me feel a little bit better because I'll be able to get some of my frustration out. So I packed my bag in the morning, took it to work, went straight from work to the gym to kind of cut down on the thing that always happens in that I sit down and I'm like, I'm not getting up again.
Yeah.
So I get to the gym, I unpack, and I realize I didn't bring gym shorts.
Oh no.
And I was so mad at myself. So I just went home and I took a rage nap instead.
Well, I only forgot my water bottle, which isn't as bad because I actually got to work out.
Right.
But I did 30. I told myself I'm at least going to do 30 minutes on the elliptical because that's, get in there and burn some calories. At about 15 minutes in, I'm reaching for my water bottle because I'm like dying of thirst and there's nothing. At that point, I have to choose. Do I get off, go get it, and come back? Or once I get to my car, I'm just going to go, the car's here.
Oh, so you just left the car. Oh, you left it in your car.
It was
it's
in
not
my
even you
car.
left it home.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I thought about it, but I did the 30 minutes, no water, and then I left and I went home and drank a lot of water, like a fish.
That's good.
Did you know that a aquarium is a submarine for fish?
Gah. I hate you
It has
so much.
it has water on the inside.
Did you know that?
But fish breathe.
fish,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know that there are more planes in the ocean than submarines in the sky?
Unfortunately for those planes, yes.
I don't know why that got me.
What is this show?
This is Mr. 100 and the 5-Star Man, the Give Up edition, the Prepare to Die edition. Allie, you had some interesting things today.
No.
You got
That new T-shirt design.
yes.
Oh. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow. No, I was gonna mention you had to be up at 5 this morning to do inventory
I
at
woke up
Real
at
Job.
5:30
I know because I also woke up.
and then had to go to Real Job, and Real Job was real stupid.
So I get up this morning and like I half wake up and there's a naked Allie at the bed trying to put her clothes on quietly so she doesn't wake me up, and it didn't work. Like I don't know if it was just I sensed your movement or the nudity, but either way I came first.
That was a long walk for a short trip.
Yeah.
I'm not laughing at that.
Yes,
I'm laughing
Yes,
at the
you
stock
are.
photo that someone clearly has made a bottle of olive oil. It's this giant bottle of olive oil that's labeled Shrek and Han Solo dressed the same.
Oh,
As
yeah.
he's dumping it
Yeah.
into a salad marked normal conversation.
The weird part is,
I've
is
seen
he's
that.
right.
Oh yeah, no, that's the worst part. He
Han
is
Solo and Shrek
correct.
do dress the same.
Discuss.
Oh, I hate Shrek. I'll start
What?
off.
What?
I can't stand it. I can't stand the franchise. The only thing I liked about it was Puss in Boots. Antonio Banderas as an adventurous
That name's an XB?
swashbuckling cat. What?
The name's an XB. It's Antonio Banderas.
I forgot about that. Did you know Kelsey Grammer was the original voice of the Geico Gecko?
Yes.
Ali, Kelsey Grammer was an actor famous during the late 80s, early 90s for his roles on Cheers and then Frasier.
Why am I here?
Dr. Fraser Crane. Why are you here? Why aren't you sleeping? You are tired.
I am tired. I'm really hungry.
I'm
Because
also
the only
hungry.
thing
too.
Word. I've really had to eat
Word.
today was the McDonald's I got this morning, and then a muffin.
Did you go to that Trump?
I was gonna
you
say,
think
did
the
you
same-
see the president? I'm gonna crush some Taco Bell.
Word.
Here in like what, 30 minutes? How far into the episode are we?
Oh, we got like 50.
5 minutes into the episode.
So
Wow.
This is the
that's
long-
that's why I don't do this. It's not sustainable.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
keep being
spent.
weird.
I'm spent. I'm in a refractory period.
Apparently, he came first.
No, he came hardest. I mean, we can make this a 10-minute episode.
This is life.
We'll
We
just
did it.
say hello and goodbye.
Bonusode.
Aloha. 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 Allie. Aloha.
The
That means-
Alolan region
means
is from
hello and
Pokemon
goodbye.
Sun and Moon.
Jesus
Means
Christ,
a
Ace,
lot
get
more
it
than
together.
that, honestly.
Aloha means
It's
more
party
than
time,
goodbye
bro.
and hello.
Yeah, it's
What does it mean?
it's
Motherfucker,
a-
you're drinking LaCroix. Don't act like...
It's party juice.
It's kind of just like a well-being kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's more about vibes than hello and goodbye.
Welcome back.
Have you? I don't
Just a
think.
good 2-second
I'm
break.
trying to think if we've talked about it before, but have you seen any of the? I don't remember if we talked about it on the show, but it's a Netflix series now. I don't remember what it's called, but it's starring that Marie Kondo, which is
No.
it's this tiny little Japanese woman.
Oh, yeah. I heard about this.
And it's her basically going to people who not quite crazy enough to get on Hoarders, but they really need to get their stuff together.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the whole point, is like she teaches people how to like organize their homes because they have all this junk.
I did see something about that show where it was like waiting to go to Goodwill after everyone finishes this
everyone
series
finishes
and
the-
I can get all the good stuff.
That's not wrong. No, it's oddly soothing. I've only seen one episode of it because I was watching it with Audra. But it's like she just shows up and and you know how like so shows like Extreme Makeover Home Edition and like Queer Eye even will they throw all this money and like they totally remodel their homes and do and like they bring in these specialists and stuff.
You like horses? We put horses on everything.
The
Oh
only
my
way to get
God.
into your kitchen is to ride this mechanical horse through. This show is the opposite of that. It's literally
it's like a minimalist.
she shows up like 4 times just to check on your like she shows up, they guide her through the bomb of clutter that has like gone off in their home, and she's like, oh, I love all of this is so wonderful. She talks to the house and then she's just like, okay, well, here's a copy of my book, essentially, do this. And then it just the camera crews just film the people actually doing all of the work. And now that's not saying that it's not actually like there aren't people there helping them,
Yeah.
but it very much seems like this is very hands off. And it's just like once every couple weeks she shows up again as to like gauge their progress. And it's like, oh, look, there's this now this room you couldn't even walk into. Now there's a little bit of a walkway, and it's kind of neat, but at the same
it's
time,
like Home Makeover, You Do It edition.
the DIY edition,
Yeah.
which on the one hand is kind of neat, but at the same time, like, I do kind of like it whenever people just show up and it's like, we've spent $150,000
Yeah.
to like
Do my job for
Move
me.
that bus.
your bed's an aquarium now.
Oh my God. Steve Hofstetter, he's that one comedian that like burns hecklers on YouTube,
Mhm.
but he actually does do comedy too. Like
Right.
it's not just all he does. He has a bit about that in one of his comedy albums where he's just like, yeah, like you ask a 6-year-old what they like, and they're like, yeah, it's like race cars, and like now my room's a race car. Like motherfucker, I'm gonna like something in 2 days.
You got
Yeah.
we got the skull of Dale Earnhardt as like on your head.
Don't you make that joke.
I just did.
What? Are you a big Dale Earnhardt fan over there?
Well, it was.
You can still like somebody once they're dead.
And one of the
Allie likes me. She did
What?
more tonight.
this is I want to believe. You're a ghost.
Where's the Ouija board?
This is the best EVP anyone has ever caught.
Yeah, it's very clear. It doesn't sound like.
Also, one of the things that she promotes is like if you see something, it should spark joy. Like that's the phrase that she uses. Is it needs to spark joy. So if you see something in your home and it doesn't spark joy, you get rid of it. So that's where the memes come in. Of it's just like I now take the Marie Kondo as president. She holds up a criminal. Does this man spark joy? The crowd cheers no. He is then executed in front of everyone.
I saw something online that said millennial culture is just spending what little money you have on nerdy stuff that makes you happy while the world falls apart around you. And that is more true than I want to believe.
Where's the joke?
Yeah.
That's,
So I'm pretty sure that's Lindsay's entire existence.
that's not funny.
Hey, Lindsay, did you see what happened in the news today? I got Pokemon cards.
Is that what she sounds?
Sounds so magical.
Sounds more like Mandy.
I have to hear about Donald Trump getting fast food. Like, it's my fucking life.
I'm trying to find the other.
I wish Donald Trump would buy me some fast fucking food.
Marie
Wait,
Kondo.
this isn't Thursday. Yeah, this is 105 After Dark. We can cuss all we want tonight.
Yeah, but so we definitely
Shit.
said after dark.
You tell your mom I'm cussing? Shit!
Marie Kondo taught me to slaughter my enemies without pity, to break their bodies, crush their will, deprive them of their holdings and treasure, to stand atop a mountain of their skulls and lift my wet sword high, for they bring me no joy.
Jesus.
Don't.
It's the exact opposite of the message she tries to bring.
I
but
feel
it
like
makes me
she's
laugh.
so positive, I kind of want to punch her in the mouth. Am I the only one that gets offended by
that spark
positivity?
joy?
I feel like her point is to try and get you to get rid of things. Like you
No, yeah,
want
'cause
to
that's-
keep the only things that really mean something to you, but I'd be like, that makes me happy.
And that is the
That makes me happy.
That is
Yeah,
the
Allie's a
I need
hoarder.
all of this.
Yeah, she's a
Yeah.
hoarder.
It's bad.
I would be her wet dream, which is being like, why do you have 80,000 AJ Styles action figures?
this
Which-
one sparks joy because
They
he
all
wore this
spark-
one time at SummerSlam.
She'd be like, oh my god,
do you
this
see?
guy is.
Do you see this one? It's slightly a different blue.
I would.
He's
So-
yelling on this one
So I would be living in an empty box with like one can of soda
because you have no joy.
because that would be all that brings me joy. Yeah, I'd have.
Allie
no,
would be there too.
well, she'd have her own box filled with things because
Almost
yeah.
like, but her box would have like 4 walls and electricity and indoor plumbing.
It's like a house almost.
It's a very spacious box.
I would kind of be like the like not Groucho from Sesame Street. What's his name?
Oscar?
Oscar the Grouch, but not
Mother.
Not Groucho.
but not that one. It would be
You're
the
right.
I'd be the one from Dave Chappelle,
Oh, dirty motherfucker.
the one that he beats his dick like it owes him money.
They throw the needles into.
That would be me. My dad says if you work really hard in life, I forget what the quote is. But that's the gayest shit I ever heard. You could say things like that back in the old
Q-Tip
days.
was there.
Q-Tip was there.
Yeah.
Because Snoop Dogg was the puppet
Yeah.
who had the VD. Like, how did you get a VD? From fucking. You've
I don't-
seen this.
Oh my god, it was.
Have I?
Yeah, no. Well, you're fucking gonna.
Yeah.
Seems super.
Oh.
The VD gang.
Yeah, because I remember the line for the. I can't. The line is so gross, but it's the cat that says something to the trash can.
But you'll get no pussy.
Yeah. I
Fuck
beat, yeah, fuck it. I beat my dick like it owes me money.
I
Fuck
don't need was it something. I don't need you, honey.
Yeah.
I beat my dick like it owes me money.
I know Dylon.
He's one
Dylon.
of he's one of the 5 hottest rappers of all time. I've always wanted to do a show about sketch comedy, like what's the best sketch comedy shows. But I could have sworn it was only like me and 2 other people that ever watched them, and I watched a bunch of them.
Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live, Kids
And
in the Hall,
Did they make other sketch comedy shows?
Mr. Show with Bob and David, which is the best sketch comedy show of all time.
Oh
All
man.
that.
Second City Television, all that.
I
That
watched
was-
all
It's
that.
like
Me and
SNL
Amanda
for
Show.
like vegetables.
Children?
That's what I said. What meant?
Wow.
Allie wasn't even a fetus yet.
Children do not bring me joy.
I like Whitest Kids You Know.
Whitest Kids You Know was really funny.
Which,
That's probably the most obscure one. Like because if
because they were
someone is
mostly
a,
online, and then
Yeah.
they had like a weird one of those like weird
they had
like
an IFC channel.
IFC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mad TV was a dumpster fire.
I liked Mad TV to a point.
No, it got weird because like they leaned.
It
way
got
too,
bad.
Yeah, they leaned way too hard on the characters. Like Mrs. Swan's only so funny, and now people are using it to be like anti-trans, which I'm like,
you look like a man.
yeah, no, see, now,
She said the thing.
Yeah.
She said the thing.
I'll go out on a limb and say I never found Alex Borstein funny to begin with, and not on
Damn.
Family Guy, not on Mad TV. No.
what's she on? What's she on?
But there were a bunch of people on that show that were funny. Key and Peele started on that show, or at least Michael Keegan Key did.
They both did.
Did they
well,
both?
I don't know if they started, but they were both on it.
But
they were in the later seasons.
That really
Orlando
funny
Jordan,
blonde girl that was very pretty.
Nicole Sullivan.
Yeah, her. Orlando Jordan. No, Orlando Jones.
Orlando Jones. Shit.
You got me thinking, I'm like, wait a minute.
Will Sasso.
Will Sasso.
Who
Brett the Hitman Hart.
Still to this day, those Brett the Hitman Hart segments, I was always very unclear if that was just something that had gone horribly wrong, but they're like, we got to fill the time. Put it in.
Yeah, I'll put it in.
Michael McDonald? What was the
I'm looking at Mad TV.
he did Stewart.
yeah, no, it's not Norm. Okay.
No, it's
It's
definitely
certainly
not Norm
not Norm,
McDonald.
yeah,
Also,
I'm on it.
Also is I hope my friend Brian
Michael
McDonald's not
McDonald.
listening.
Michael McDonald. I got it.
Because Mad TV wasn't a funny magazine either. I said it.
I mean, I don't care about the magazine at all.
Yeah, I never read the magazine. I only watched it because that was on comedy. Like when I stayed at my grandma's house, like it was on Comedy Central sometimes
preferred
before and or
Cracked.
after Conan. Oh, Cracked! You shouldn't have gotten rid of all of your funny people.
All right.
I remember that day where it's like me and Hunter, I think, were the only people that cared because I was like, so like they just fired like 6 people. Oh, they fired even more. Oh, they fired some big name. Like they fired Daniel O'Brien and Michael Swaim and like all these other people on the same day.
There's a couple of the really big names on here. Bobby Lee
Yeah.
started on Mad TV. Ari Spears, Mo
I
Collins,
couldn't. That was the one that I could see in my head, but I couldn't think of his name.
Frank Caliendo. Remember when he was popular for like a week?
Yeah, and then they put him like he was like, oh, he does really good voices in stand up. Let's make him a sketch comedian.
Phil Lamar.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
that's a
fair.
big one. That's a big one. It's still not as big as David Herman was on there. Artie Lang.
You want a hot take?
Yes.
Phil Lamar could go down as one of, if not the best voice actors of all time.
You get the fuck out of here.
I know that's a hot take.
Allie, do you know who Phil Lamar is?
Static Shock, bitch.
He was on Static Shock. He's also on a lot of Futurama. He's Hermes on Futurama. Yeah.
Okay.
Phil Lamar's great. He also was in a little movie you may have heard of called Pulp Fiction. They shot him in the fucking face.
They did.
What the fuck you do that for? That's my Sam Jackson.
Jesus Christ. He was also
Wow.
Samurai Jack.
Was he really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that one. Of course, I never
No, he
watched
was
Samurai Jack.
legit everything.
He has been in. It's one of those things where it's like, and it always ends up floating around like social media of the so you know how you like these 15 shows? Well, they're all voiced by one person.
Yeah.
Here's one person who is in every show you've ever loved.
But for me, it wasn't Phil Lamar. It was always either Billy West.
Billy West, another huge one.
goes way back further than I even thought, because he was in the original Ghostbusters cartoon. It was fucking Slimer. Or Frank Welker and the other guy
I love the Ghostbusters.
from Transformers.
That because the Ghostbusters cartoon is on
Netflix
it's on
now.
Netflix
Yeah.
now, and it's one of those things where it's like I totally forgot that the original Ghostbusters was Fred from Scooby Doo and Garfield the cat
Yes, and Arsenio Hall.
and Arsenio. Yes, and Arsenio.
In one of my favorite stories of all time.
Because I don't remember if it was you or Audra that told me this, but it kind of made me sad.
So Ernie Hudson auditioned for the role of Winston Zeddemore in the cartoon and didn't get it. The character he played in the movie. And they gave it to Arsenio Hall.
Well,
He tried to do a Winston Zeddemore impression.
Jeez.
It's like the Charlie Chaplin came in 4th place at a Charlie Chaplin lookalike contest.
And the old classic story that Bill Murray heard the show and asked, why do I sound like Garfield? And they immediately fired Lorenzo Music and hired fucking Dave Coulier instead.
I didn't know the follow-up to that.
Dave Coulier, fresh from Full House, where he was a pile of waste.
Wow. That was
That's going to get
harsh.
some hate mail.
Hey,
Hi.
the best thing that
They're gonna look at you and be like, "Hey, cut it out."
the best thing Dave Coulier ever did was
the
when
emotions.
he was at a roast for who was that? Bob Saget.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, he wasn't going to be invited to roast anybody else.
Yeah.
I forget who it was. No, he was in the crowd.
Yeah, no, he wasn't invited. It was him and
Oh my
the
goodness.
Tiffany The middle child.
The Tiffany's.
Is that her name?
Stephanie?
Stephanie. No. What's her actual name?
Stephanie?
No, what's her actual name?
Oh shit. Gorgeous.
You
Yeah,
should know.
like
Uh,
that's why I'm saying. Like I feel like
I really
Anyway, it was.
anyway,
He's in
so
the crowd with Stephanie.
He's in the crowd, and the Olsen. No, the Olsens weren't there, and that was part of the joke.
Jodie Sweetin. I'm
Jodie
stupid.
Sweetin. Oh, I love her. Anyway,
Yeah.
so the comedian's up there, and he's like name dropping all the people in the crowd, like Jodie Sweetin and stuff. And then he goes, "And Dave Coulier, do you think we forgot about you? We did." Well, that was a fun trip down memory lane.
So Daniel Bryan on Twitter just posted apparently like a how hot dogs are made video.
Oh, I don't want to see that video.
Yeah, no. And then so he followed it up with, if the previous video isn't suitable for your children, show them this and then explain how hot dogs are made. And it's a video of Piglet, or it's an image of Piglet walking with Pooh. Pooh, will my slaughter be humane? I don't know, Piglet. Do you want to live? Yes, I do want to live. Then no, little buddy, it won't be humane.
Wow.
What?
So SmackDown's got weird apparently because it's on as we're recording this.
Oh my goodness.
And he's leaning hard on that super vegan.
And as Matt Fitchett says on Twitter just like a couple minutes ago, you know what saying I never truly understood? You can't have your cake and eat it too. I've ate every fucking cake I've ever had.
Yeah, but you no longer get to keep the cake.
I'm Googling that saying now.
Do you doubt him?
Why
Oh,
are
yeah,
you-
somebody's arguing
No,
with him now.
It's
I was like, why are you Googling that saying?
Well, this recent tweet from Donald Trump,
oh god.
Oh, you took this game not fun.
he says, "Great being with the national champion Clemson Tigers last night at the White House because of the shutdown. I served them massive amounts of food. I paid
Yeah.
over 1,000 hamburgers. Within an hour, it was all gone. Great guys and big eaters.
Hamburgers.
And didn't he get it from like Wendy's?
Fucking
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Wendy's,
Way
McDonald's,
cheaper.
and Burger King.
Oh, well, at least he sprung
so
for the
the-
Burger King.
Yeah,
the choice was theirs apparently. You can have it your way.
Well, until all the linemen ate the good burgers, and you're like, the kicker was like, fuck.
That was all like it had to have been like 2 hours old at that point too.
And then you say that, and all of a sudden I'm going back to the 90s when I think about Good Burger,
Welcome
which was
to Good
also
Burger.
not funny.
Fuck you!
I'm sorry.
Oh.
I guess I grew up
so-
with a more refined taste for comedy.
You watch CNN. You don't know what's funny.
We didn't have CNN back then. It was just KFS 12.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Jim Burns can't tell a joke to save his life.
And this was before Grant Day. No one laughed.
yeah, but they still don't laugh. Well, they laugh at him.
Right. I think we had
Is that what you want to do tonight? You want to fight?
We talked about that on Thursday. We were talking about all that, and I was never. I didn't watch Nickelodeon, but my God,
because you were
I can't
because you
stand
had
to watch it.
aged out of it. Like
I-
you were not
I aged out of it when I was the age for it.
You weren't the age for it
Damn
when
it,
it was
Chippy.
on.
Well, when was it? When was it?
I don't remember the
It was
years.
like mid '90s, right?
But I was like right in the sweet spot for it.
Oh, Allie, you weren't even a fetus yet.
I watched it.
On reruns.
Through your mama's belly.
Oh!
Did she just like push
She
it
put
up
the
against
TV.
the screen?
Yeah.
Why,
Your mom-
Asa?
Again.
Your mom doesn't seem like...
See the first second of this show.
Just get weird
Oh
with
my
it. I don't want to hear you talk after last Thursday's show, Miss Potty Mouth.
Yeah, what about my man pussy? What about that?
Jesus. I can't believe she
Those
wrote
were her
that.
words, not mine.
Oh, you should have seen some
they're
of the
yours.
some of the other things she wrote were just too offensive. I couldn't
the
even read them
hell?
on the
Didn't
air.
write
What did
anything.
I do to you?
Oh. Also, I didn't like Urkel.
I hated Urkel. I hated
love
the
that
character.
show.
I felt so bad for that family because you just have this little neighborhood fuck just show up and like try to sexually harass your daughter,
But you knew he was completely harmless to a point.
and then break all of your stuff and
Yeah.
just
That is the kind of kid that at some point in their life, I don't know how to say this politely.
there's no. I know where you're going with it. There's no way to say it politely.
There's not. I
Like,
feel like that's the kind of
he
kid that would
ends
do
up on a
something
list.
stupid someday. Yeah.
He ends up on a list. Urkel,
Yeah. One way or the other.
no doubt, is on.
Or
a
he's
list.
breaking into their house and smelling her underwear while they're gone. Something's happening. And it was sad because the dad was so cool. That was the only good part of that show.
No, the
Was Carl
older brother
Winslow.
was cool.
Didn't
Oh, Eddie?
Yeah, Eddie was
Yeah,
cool.
Eddie was
didn't
pretty
they
cool.
end up changing even like they even changed the name of the show?
No,
No,
it
it
was
was
Family
always
Matters.
It was always
Yeah.
Family Matters. Okay.
They did have I think it was a daughter.
Oh no, I'm.
There was a
The daughter that went upstairs and never came back down, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like, didn't the wife change too?
No, that
No,
was,
that was
Fresh
Cosby.
Prince.
No, it was Fresh Prince.
And Viv.
Oh, that's right.
Because
Yeah.
apparently the person Aunt Viv was a bitch, according to everyone on the set. She says they were the bitch.
I just assumed
Clearly,
Cosby
I'm not
touched
the
somebody
problem.
improperly.
Also hated Martin. And I used to love Martin. But I didn't realize what a dirtbag Martin Lawrence was.
Oh yeah, I
Oh.
don't know if I ever even saw that show.
Scumbag. scumbag, but the show was funny.
What was
I grew up in a lot of black humor. I was in a very urban area when I grew up. So
this was older, so it was probably early 2000s maybe. Damon Wayans had a sitcom on ABC for a while. What was the name of that?
Was it just called
no
Damon or Wayne or something like that?
No, I thought it had like one of those like catchy names. But it's a set that they've reused in other things. Like I think there's
My Wife and Kids.
My Wife and Kids. That's what it is. Because I think there's an episode of Scrubs where he's doing like a fantasy, like he's doing a like a fantasy of being married to Elliot or whatever, and it's in that house.
In the My Wife and Kids house?
Because it's like I recognize the architecture and it was like they just reused the My Wife and Kids house. I like that show a lot.
My Wife and Kids?
Yeah.
I never watched it, but I was always a big Damon Wayans fan. Of course, he started I saw him first on Living Color.
Not that big of a fan.
Another sketch comedy show, by the way.
That was a good one,
Homie,
too.
don't play that.
It was good on occasion.
Jim Carrey was in it.
Jim Carrey was on it, and he kind of became the Slimer, where like it eventually just kind of
Fire
became all about
just
Jim
became
Carrey.
the Fire Marshal Ted show.
Bill.
Fire Marshal Bill.
Which wasn't funny.
Excuse me.
Was not funny. There was some funny stuff in there. I still laugh at the gay men on film, even though it's super.
Oh yeah,
in
it's
this climate.
like now it's like
Oh,
no.
Forget that.
The gay landscaper
on Chappelle's
Chappelle's
show
will always be funny.
Yeah, but at least that was just a guy in black leather singing ass titties while he danced with
Ass.
her. But have you ever seen the gay men on film skits?
It's
They
him
got rough.
and David Allen Greer.
Yes.
It's Damon Wayans and David Allen Greer, and they are in the most over the top. Like Orlando Jordan would blush.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you a
Word?
picture of them.
I'm on it.
Like it's just like it's so.
Like-
yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, oh, this
This is
aged
one of
horribly.
goddamn. This is one of the little outfits he wore.
Oh, I have seen that before. Yeah,
but they're also doing like the super over the top voice, and just.
Yeah.
Although it did give me one of my favorite gifts that I still use to this day. The hated it.
Hated it.
That gives me joy. That sparks joy.
There was in On Living Color, there was not much censorship, but there was one. I gotta figure it out. There was one joke that it was on Men on Film that apparently was so offensive that they actually cut it from all shows after that. And I can't remember what it was, but it was so bad. Even if you watch the show, like it's just completely silenced.
Was that show live?
Yes. I'm 99% sure Living Color was live.
I feel like it couldn't have been because like wasn't that like Saturday Night Live's whole thing? Is that
they were live?
Yeah. Because I remember.
I know it was in front of a studio audience.
Yeah, like it was filmed live, but I don't know if
it was taped at Stage 7. Yeah, I guess it wasn't completely live. Yeah.
I didn't think so.
Because SNL's thing was always that it's live, even though a lot of SNL stuff is not live.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's very busy behind us tonight here on Broadway in Cape Girardeau.
Well, and that's them going upstairs.
Don't like them.
Neighbors.
Allie, what did you watch as a kid?
I mean, I watched.
You watched all the newest shows that came out when you were a kid, like Lethal Weapon on Fox.
Yeah.
New Girl.
Didn't they have to?
Child.
Didn't they have to
Oh,
recast the one dude from
Riggs.
Lethal Weapon?
Yeah, because the actor was such an asshole that they fired him from the show. But I think they canceled the show, so it's not a big deal anymore. Yeah.
Just think of the Always Sunny bit. It just changes.
The Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna have to kind of do that in real life.
Swap back and forth.
Jesus. You guys can't hear the studio here, but my God, the people that live above us are.
That was.
Well,
a
yeah,
car.
I think that was a car, like
Hitting something.
running
Allie,
over something.
like a
What?
baby.
Can you tell me how many Wayans family members there are?
Trick question. The number never stays the same.
It's limitless.
It continuously just rises.
It's infinite. It's 3.412 pi square.
What?
Square pie. You ever had square pie? Hot dog pie?
No.
you seen those
liquid yum?
gross.
Have you seen the square watermelons?
Maker. No.
They grow them in a
They
in a
grow 'em
box
in like boxes
so that they so
that you can ship them better.
That also feel like that would be convenient for when you're cutting them up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're going to call this show Mr. 100, the 5-star man, going out on a limb. Because I'm going to go out on a limb and say watermelon is probably my favorite thing to eat in the world. Like, hands down.
I was worried how that was gonna go because if you're gonna bad talk Good Burger and watermelon, I would just leave.
No.
Like
Like,
watermelon is amazing.
Yeah.
Good watermelon is amazing.
yes.
Bad watermelon, not necessarily even bad watermelon, but like
If it's not good.
yeah, if you can tell the difference. Like I don't know if it's because it's too ripe or not ripe enough.
Yep.
But it's always you kind of just it's thicker. It's not as juicy, and
Yep.
you get less of that. Somehow, even though it's less juicy, you get less of the melon flavor to it.
I don't get it. It's you bite into it and you immediately know. Like you can sometimes even
Oh, you can
poke
cut
it.
it. You can cut into it and know.
And you know it's a bad watermelon, and then you're like, do I want to eat this? Is there a point to it? Because I'm not. It does not bring me joy.
It's like pizza. Even mediocre watermelon and or pizza is still better than like
Everything
80% of the trash I put in my body.
I don't understand people that eat candy. Like there is some candy that I like. I like gummy bears. I like peanut butter cups a lot. That's about it. Do I eat any other candy than those? Maybe a Snickers.
I was
mean,
just say about
you
you Snickers before.
Snickers, and you'll typically you like peanut butter M&Ms.
I do anything with peanut butter, but I would much rather have an apple or grapes or anything like that over it. Like I don't understand people that prefer candy over fruits. Fruits are so much better.
Easier to keep and get.
That's true, and you don't run the risk of like I've never
Because they
bitten
don't
into a peanut butter M&M and went, it ain't ripe.
Yeah, because they don't sell fruit at Dollar General, so yeah, I'll always end up with like a thing of goldfish and then gummy bears, Sour Patch Kids.
But like
Because
Whoopi,
I'm not in general. I'm not a huge sweets person. So every once in a while, like there's been this thing. Someone made cookies at work, and I think I've maybe had like 3 in the last 2 weeks. Or they'll have like a candy dish that's still from like Halloween. Like we bought a giant bag of like the little fun size bars that you would give out.
yeah,
So
Marcus
we just have them in a bowl. And every once in a while I'll be like, I'll grab like a Twix or a Snickers or Three Musketeers are good too.
But at my apartment, whenever we have like watermelon, especially, at any given point, you can hear me and Bob literally hunkered over the sink. Yeah, I'm giving it the old
College try.
the
BBC workout.
What am I helping out?
Grapefruit technique.
There it is. Yeah. But Bob and I are literally like,
sounds like a wet or a shop vac in a wet vacuum or basement.
and we're just doing that over the sink.
You try so hard.
I said that joke so many times flawlessly. Damn it.
Then you got on the show. You got nervous.
Yeah.
It's Hollywood, baby.
Pressure's on.
That is probably the most underrated YouTube video of all time.
You're like
Grapefruit technique?
Yeah.
It got pulled.
Yeah.
I don't know who pulled. No. I've seen some raunchy stuff on there. If you didn't listen to the pre-show,
like,
the prank show of
the-
you got big tits, will you be my girlfriend?
You know why it got pulled?
White people?
Well, no, but chain smokers claimed it, stealing their copyright content.
Because they suck dick.
He gets it.
I was
I
trying
don't even have anything against the chain smokers.
I was
Really,
trying to think,
and
are
it
we
wasn't
talking
even
about
that
the
joke.
band, or-
Like that joke was better. Mine was just like because that's just like no, that's a song. No. Like just the slur.
Because, like, all right, let's be real. Like,
Like you unclogged a drain.
Yes, you did.
no,
Allie?
like,
You have anything to throw in here?
No.
the ferocity that she attacked that big black dildo with is like,
It sounded like a raptor in a storm, with a megaphone. And Allie's now going to bed. She's laid her head down.
she would not come
This is
first.
this is her one reprieve, and I've ruined it.
Allie,
I've
wake
brought
up.
us into squalor.
Wake up, kiddo.
Emphasis on the last word.
I need your input on this.
I'm surprised he isn't just poking her.
I thought she was gonna flip me off. I really did.
I thought about it.
She Undertakered.
Just the sun sit up.
She loved that video.
She does
Don't
actively
get me
have her
wrong.
head just laid on the table.
She really is. She looks like she's gonna go to bed.
Like
She-
every student that's about to fall asleep in class.
I'm so hungry.
I don't know how she's gonna cook dinner.
Well, we're talking
but
about
she's going to.
we're talking about
Excuse
watermelon
me?
and grapefruit.
Yeah.
It's easy to get hungry.
You like water?
If you mean cook dinner, you mean by going through the Taco Bell drive-thru.
Taco
Fuck
Bell ain't
yeah.
good enough for you, princess.
I'll come first. I'll go first.
All right, so here's our idea for a shirt. It's gonna.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta give the context for it, or else it's not funny. So, we had an argument. I don't know if it was recorded on the pre-show. or
No,
not.
it was right after the pre-show.
All right. Well, shit. I can't plug the pre-show now.
I mean, we can.
This is on the pre-show.
This
This
is
one you have to pay.
post-
Because
This is
that
the post-
came first.
Yeah,
This is the post pre-show.
So we had an argument between Dalton and Allie about who came first onto the. Well, that just sounds dirty that I paused. Who came first into the group? Ugh.
Well, I had a Jesse. That was
Anyway, we decided that Allie came first because she was here before Dalton.
yeah.
So because she's the youngest one.
Yeah.
And then I thought we'll make Allie a t-shirt that just says Allie came first. And then Asa, breaking Allie's heart, said she'd be sitting on like a couch with smoking a cigarette with a relaxed look on her face.
The look she gave me after I said that,
And she can't even give you that look now.
was the look of utter betrayal.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely feel bad.
That was the best heel turn
You
in wrestling.
should.
Damn.
So you don't want to make that shirt?
Why on earth would I want to make that shirt?
Oh, we can make that a Patreon thing.
Jesus Christ.
Like
Derek will buy it.
Jesus.
He sure shit would.
I don't think he would. Wouldn't he get in trouble?
Maybe.
What?
Oh man, I walked right into that. I wasn't even paying attention. I'm a bad human.
I'm being waved on.
No, wait, what's going on, Asa?
Don't worry about it.
No, I'm worried about
I can
it. Whose
pause the
Twitter are you
show.
on?
This is very much just it's unrelated. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
We're moving on.
So before Jesse spoils it on Sunday, we saw the Spider-Man trailer. That's what we were going to talk about tonight 35 minutes ago when we just went on the
It's only been
most
35
Only been
minutes.
35
random
minutes.
tangent that we think we've done in a very, very long time. The Spider-Man Far From Home trailer came out today. The teaser did. Teaser.
Jesus Christ.
Not a full trailer.
No.
It's a teaser.
This is only 3 minutes
trailer.
long.
And boy, it was there. I thought it was okay. I wasn't that impressed. I'm going to be honest.
I loved it.
Should we do spoilers for this trailer review?
It's a trailer.
I mean, we're talking about the trailer. If you don't want to hear about the trailer, we already got your list and it's fine.
Right, that's true.
Damn.
35 minutes in, that counts. You can bail out now.
I still am very much in the camp of it is unpractical and it's unrealistic, and I am 100. I understand that. Please don't think that this is Asa doesn't understand the movie business, because no, I get why they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But with the ending of Infinity War, they should have gone completely radio silent, other than the trailer for Endgame, and I'll give you Captain Marvel because it's coming out first.
And it is a
And,
prequel.
and it is a full-on prequel. It's taking place in the 90s. We should have gotten nothing for Spider-Man, especially with the ending of Infinity War.
Yep.
Why are we advertising this character? And even if because like Austin Lane, who might be listening to this, like he mentioned,
He
it's
is
like,
the best of the best.
he is the best of the best. I miss him. Move to Cape now.
It's time.
It is time. It's Vader time. No, it's Austin time. Because he's like, well, this movie could be pre-snap. Like, this could be before Infinity War. And even if it is, like, for me, that then is just, okay, well, now there are no stakes because we've seen everyone in Infinity War, so they make it back to New York.
So you put it in my head, just to tie this back into a living color.
Mm-hmm.
Can we make one of the men on film Thanos, and he does the around the world 2 snaps back?
But then everybody just dies. He wipes out everything.
Or he kills him and then brings him back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
Double.
Double. So, yeah, I hate that we got a trailer. Just in general. Like, stop it. Stop it. I don't think we should have got a trailer at all. At least not before Endgame comes out.
You know,
we're 100 days away from Endgame still.
Do you know what a good trailer, a good teaser was for a Marvel film? Debatable on whether or not the film itself was good. But do you remember when The Punisher was coming out, the first one with Thomas
Not
Jane?
at all.
The trailer was literally, it played this really cool music, and it had little flashes of the skull, and then it would show Thomas Jane as him, and he'd like look at the camera, and then it was really quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end, it just said The Punisher. Like, that's, oh my God, they're making a Punisher movie.
Because that's a teaser.
It's a tease
This is a full-on theatrical trailer.
This is like saying you're getting cock teased at the pony, but then you go to the back for the full rub down.
for the full grapefruit method.
The full alley came first
Jesus Christ.
at the pony.
I don't know if you understand how this joke works anymore.
I don't. I didn't understand in the first
But-
place.
And so moving aside from the fact that I hated the trailer, or I hated the fact that there was a trailer, the trailer itself was awesome. Like, I'm super excited. I have always had a soft spot in my heart for Mysterio. I think he is going to be a super interesting villain. I have my own theories on the other parts of the movie that we saw with, like, potentially Hydro Man and other characters there.
Is that what that is? Because all right, so here's my assumption just on the trailer, and I swear to God, this is just based on the trailer. I have no information. I assume that Mysterio created these creatures, these elemental.
So he could fight him to make
so he
himself
could fight
look
him
like
so
a
he
hero.
can look like a hero.
That is a classic Mysterio story, so that is very possible. Although there is like a boat in the background that someone pointed out in the scene with the water monster that says ASM 212. Amazing Spider-Man number 212 was the debut issue of Hydro Man.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's neat. Yeah.
And we got there's little nods and stuff like that. So but the big thing is then apparently Nick Fury is going to play a significant role in this movie. I hated that they showed him in this.
Yeah.
How amazing would that have been if that scene would have just happened and we had no idea? But again, I'm old man Asa. I have no joy in my heart. I understand that
This does not spark joy.
I just don't. It did, but then it sparked much anger because it would have sparked so much joy
That was my
if that would have just happened.
That was my least favorite comic run was Old Man Asa. Like it was just depressing.
He was just bitter. And
Yeah.
like,
Well, that's been the last 4 years of Podzilla, so thank you.
I stopped listening to the podcast a long time ago.
Yeah, I know.
We all did, buddy.
I'm bummed at how much they gave away. I am very much of the belief that I don't think they needed to. I think everyone was going to see this movie anyway. Like showing Samuel L. Jackson did not move any additional tickets.
Plus, I feel like
It's just
showing
people
Samuel L.
being
Jackson,
impatient.
it doesn't have the same impact that it did in the first Avengers, you know? Or not the first Avengers, in Iron Man.
He's come and gone so many times in the franchise, and what they did with S.H.I.E.L.D. in general is kind of stupid.
Yeah, because I don't even know anymore. I don't even know what S.H.I.E.L.D. is anymore. Like, it's dead, right? But also it's not.
It's a super secret. Now it's even more secret because it's not sanctioned by any governing body. I think I haven't watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in a while, so maybe they address that on that show.
They do, I'm pretty sure. And boy, do I hate that shit.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about that before. Well, did you read Comic X to find out about movie Y?
Mm-hmm. Well, no,
I did not.
That was even worse because especially with like the early seasons where it was like you had to be caught up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., then go watch Captain America and the Winter Soldier, and then watch the next week's episode. Because if you did not do that in that exact order, it spoiled something for you.
Yeah. Like, I get shared universe and all, but not a fan. I thought the trailer looked fine, though. It was good. Mysterio does look really cool. He looked very much like Jake Gyllenhaal.
We got the fishbowl.
Yeah, we did.
When I first saw him without the fishbowl, I was actually a little upset.
Same.
And I remember saying, like, well, that ain't my Mysterio.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went, it played his theme music, which I thought was really cool. Mm-hmm. That, like, a booyaka, booyaka.
No.
619.
No.
Mysterio.
No. Oh, because I thought it was who's that jumping out the sky?
R-E-Y.
Mysterio.
Here we go.
They're going to do POD like that.
Don't you think that Rey Mysterio should come out to a match when this movie's coming out with the fishbowl as his mask?
It wouldn't even surprise me.
He did an interview where apparently someone within WWE told him, he's like, you have got to stop changing your attire. You're going to get us sued.
Really?
Yeah, he did an interview with someone where he kind of made that joke.
So a couple things real quick. Marco's just introduced a new loyalty program. And if I order pizza tonight, I get 50% off. So I'm thinking about it. But, there it is. But did
Marco's not already have a loyalty program?
Well, now they actually give you points when you buy stuff.
Oh.
And
what was it before?
Nothing.
You were on their mailing.
It just remembered your account whenever you logged in.
Yep. But now this.
It's
also
2019. What the hell?
Also, Netflix rates going up.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw that.
My favorite take on that was from Matt Fowler of, you mean this company that's spending money like a stone kid who's overspending everything because it's like they just realized the concept of money and is $8 billion in debt is going to raise their rates? You don't say. As they have the gall to cut just more and more shows.
What's it getting raised to?
$12.99, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going up like $1 or $2 per account.
So it's not crazy, but it's still noticeable to the point where it's like, all right, well, I might end up dropping my Netflix and just jumping on someone else's account because I'm paying $13 for Hulu and Spotify.
Yeah, and I need to cancel my. I have Stars. I had the trial just so we could watch Scrooged at Christmas time. Mm-hmm. That's like an extra $20 per month. That's crazy. And Lindsay's like, "Well, I've been watching a lot of it." And I was like, "Well, then get a job and pay for it."
It's like, all right,
and then
well,
she's
that'll be $20
like, "Well, I
a
make
month."
more than you." And with her, it's true. Fuck, I make the least amount of. No, that's a different show. Also,
it's also incorrect.
In my apartment.
Okay.
In my apartment. So maybe the cats.
Oh, yeah.
Cats
you got the cats beat.
Cats
they
are
lazy as
unemployed.
shit.
All they do is throw up and party every night.
There's also the turtles.
Yeah, they have jobs.
They have jobs.
They entertain me. They got a new house.
They did.
We got them a new aquarium. It's smaller, but wider. I filled it with so much water last night that I was afraid they were going to be able to climb out the top and fall out.
Seriously?
Yeah, so I dumped some of the water out.
I didn't notice.
Oh, I dumped some of it out. I filled it and then I dumped it. You're looking
Did
at me like you don't
move
understand.
the filter?
I didn't. What are you talking about?
Then you didn't fill it so much where they would be able to crawl out of the tank.
Okay, I'll explain this to you like I'll explain it to Bob. You have those, what are they called? The things that they can sit on. Docks. They get on the docks in the corner. They climb up the dock and then they can
Have you ever seen them do that?
Yes, I have. I have seen them get on the docks and lift themselves up like they're trying to get out by scratching at the glass. And it was tall enough that they probably could have got their little claws on the top of it, and I was afraid they were look, it may be irrational. The last thing I want is for you to come down in the morning to feed them, and you got a goddamn dead turtle on the ground, squished like Mario came in there in the middle of the night, killed it, fucked your wife, and then stole your food in them. So don't fuck with me.
It's like a weird turn.
Yeah,
Say, I was on
what
Twitter, and all of a
just
sudden I heard "fuck your
happened?
wife."
I didn't want you to find a dead turtle.
It's like, did he just realize that this conversation is interesting for two people?
Yes. So I had to bring Dalton back into it. Dalton loves to fuck wives.
Whoa, sir!
Not
Enough
someone
Mary-
else.
I'm sorry, it's not Matt Sin.
That's Matt Sin. That's
Matt
not
Sin.
me.
That's Matt Sin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. That's and I don't remember my original point.
So the Spider-Man trailer was really good.
That's over.
We moved past it. You made your point.
3 discussions ago.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the best
Keep
Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
That's true. Into the Spider-Verse.
Into
I
the
forgot about
Spider-Verse
that.
is already the best Spider-Man movie.
Okay, it's not even going to be the best live-action Spider-Man movie.
Which one's that?
Spider-Man 2, Forever and Always.
Well, yeah. So this is Spider-Man 2.
He
Far
got you,
from home.
bitch.
Far
This
from
is
home.
the third Spider-Man,
Spider-Man
2 in like 15
I'm
years.
super excited for the next reboot.
Like Ninja Turtles starts reboot filming this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Have they announced anything about it, or they're just?
Just that they're rebooting.
Is
This
it a
happening.
reboot?
It is.
Oh.
Completely new
that's-
completely new people behind it. Another fresh take on the turtle origin story.
Oh, you said the thing. I mean,
Look,
the second one.
it needs it after this last show.
The second one wasn't terrible. Like, I liked it more than I thought I was going to, but they definitely rushed some things. But there was definitely more there they could have done with it, because I liked those turtles, like the characterizations of the turtles.
Just not the look.
The look. I
The
wasn't
look is
super
still
on,
off-putting.
Yeah, the look I wasn't super
Yeah.
on board with, but
Because they're supposed to be ninjas. You can't be a ninja if you are 500 pounds.
I mean that's racist.
Box turtle.
I might be a weightist.
Don't body shame
They're
the Ninja
box
Turtles.
turtles, yet in the first movie, whenever
Okay.
they show them as plain turtles, they are painted turtles.
Mother.
Hey, speaking of
Someone has to check these things.
Do they?
Not in the
Yes!
90s. No.
All right. I'm not looking for the fucking realism in my giant Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Not in the 90s. They didn't have to check those.
well, they were all regular turtles back then. They were party animals back then. That was
Yeah.
a specific classification of turtle.
They got extinct.
They played buck.
They partied out.
They partied out. I for one am excited for the new reboot because I don't think I could watch another one of those. Like I just can't stand the way they look. I can't stand the way they look.
I
It's-
love that they
I
look
still want to
awful.
see the new cartoon, like, because I haven't seen any of it, but I've heard it's not. It like once you get past the art style and like,
the goofiness
yeah,
because it's like it's kind of like Teen Titans Go. It's so over the top like comedy that it's not.
yeah, but Teen Titans Go like fundamentally changed what kind of show Teen Titans was, because it went from like, oh no, this is like an overarching story. As far as I know, I haven't seen much of it. I've
I
only
think you're
seen
right.
bits in here.
I think you're right.
But they changed it to where it's one of those like Adventure Time where it's 2 15-minute mini episodes.
Right.
That nothing really connects.
Well, that's what the Turtles is. Well, I mean, okay, to be fair, they are shorter episodes, but this isn't based on it's not like they took the Nickelodeon series that was and now just put that in this format. This is a whole new
Right.
take. So if Teen Titans Go hadn't been the exact same voice actors and look just chibified, maybe we would have got a better
and characters and stuff.
yeah, we would have got an easier break, but the hell was that?
I don't know.
What is happening?
There's a car moving very slow. No, they're
Oh, we're
moving.
good. I think it was just something upstairs.
No, that was outside. Like that sounded like a.
All right, I'll go check it out.
I don't want you to check it out.
I mean,
well, yeah, I guess of all.
I mean, yeah. Out of the 4 of us here, if
What-
one's about to get like a garden hoe to the face by a masked psychopath,
it would be me because I'm the only one. I'm the one that wishes for death the most, so I'm the one that gets.
no, you're the
robbed of
last
it.
girl.
That's what I mean. Like I wish for it, but therefore it won't come.
You're like
Allie, how do you get it
you're
to
the
come
twist.
so easily?
You're the ending to Split.
The spoilers. I still haven't watched it.
Oh, well, Spoiler alert.
Glass comes out in 4 days.
I'm excited for Glass.
I have not.
Said no one.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have not heard good things about it, which is a bummer. But
I mean, I'm gonna catch it like I've caught the first 2 movies, which is on DVD. but-
Unbreakable is fantastic.
See, I can't
and
watch.
I stand by that.
I can't watch Bruce Willis anymore. Ever since I heard the stories from like Kevin Smith, where like he said what just a fucking asshole Bruce Willis is, and like how it was his like dream to meet him because he was such a big fan of his, and they worked together on that one movie.
The
the
cop
one that-
off had the
Yeah, because it had
Tracy Morgan.
in
Tracy
it.
Morgan. I almost said Tracy Jordan.
No,
Same
you were
thing.
like, yeah,
Same
you
thing.
were close. I'll get the name of that, but Cop Out.
Yeah,
Cop Out.
because it originally had a
I'm a
different
genius.
title.
Yeah, a couple of dicks.
Yeah, and they said no.
I
don't
listen to
worry.
a lot
Well,
of Kevin Smith.
And that's also the only movie that he directed that he didn't write. So I know
Kevin
that.
Smith?
Yeah, that was a huge con to him doing that movie. I
Speaking
think
of
it's the only one he's done since then.
speaking of reboots, they also rebooted. They're rebooting
Smith?
Jay and Silent
Yeah.
Bob.
no,
Has he done? Has he?
Red
directed-
State was all of that. All of that was after Cop Out.
I'm curious about
No,
that.
that he the only
Oh,
the
the one that-
only
yeah,
movie
that's
he
the only-
the only
yeah.
movie he directed that he didn't write.
Yeah, that was the only one I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
that's because like he was like, okay, yeah, if a studio wants to pay me money to do like I can bring in my vision, see what happens, and then he did Cop Out, and he was like, oh no, never again.
Yeah. I just thought you meant directing in general. I was like, we
No.
talk about Red State all the time.
No, he's done. Yeah, he's done a million things since then.
I'm looking.
What are you looking for?
I'm curious about what he has directed since then. Because-
Red State,
Tusk.
Tusk, Yoga Hosers,
Oh, I forgot about
He's
Yoga
working on,
Hosers. Ugh.
the Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Mhm.
The reboot for Jay and Silent
It's-
Bob. He also
but it's not
he
a reboot,
directed
is it?
Supergirl.
Oh yeah, a couple of episodes he's done Supergirl. I
and
also think
he's also
Flash-
done Flash. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is called Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Hell yeah, it is.
And the
See, but just
storyline-
because it's called a reboot doesn't mean that it's a reboot.
It
no,
can't be
it's
'cause-
them making fun of reboots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause Jay and Silent Bob returned to Hollywood to stop a reboot of Blunt Man and Chronic from getting made.
Okay, yeah.
Fuck
So yeah,
yes.
So it's not a reboot. It's just called reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because that is a very Kevin Smith thing to do.
Ah.
I'm all about it.
Have you ever seen any Kevin Smith movies, Allie?
I have no idea.
Clerks.
Mallrats.
No.
Chasing Amy.
Dogma.
No.
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Dogma is such a good movie.
It is.
No Ticket.
Uh,
I don't think so.
Red State.
Clerks 2.
Tusk.
Geely.
He
I
did
was- I
not
had to
direct
think-
Geely.
Yeah.
He did
Jersey
not
Girl.
Oh, Zach and Miri make a porno.
Oh yeah, she's definitely seen that one. I tried to show Allie Boogie Nights once. We got like 5 minutes into it. And she had to go pray.
Was that Kevin Smith?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, because that was another reason why I started smoking weed, because it tanked so hard. He's like, and that's whenever I started smoking weed every day.
It wasn't a great film.
It was fun.
Yeah. I had a good cast.
Elizabeth Banks is perfect. She can do no wrong.
To be fair, most of Kevin Smith's films aren't great.
Oh, I will fight you.
sir.
There's some good ones.
Clerks 2?
Clerks 2 was okay.
You are fucking wrong.
This is the thing, and this is science. I have a law degree. This is truth. Clerks is a better movie than Clerks 2, but Clerks 2 is funnier.
Oh, so it's the Ghostbusters theory, where Ghostbusters 1 is a better film than 2, but 2 is more fun.
Did you hear that? Cody's lost.
Cody, Clerks is a film about 4 people in New York that hunt ghosts.
Nope.
And
Don't think that's right.
is that not it?
No, that's not it.
Cody has no idea what's what.
All right,
anymore.
just do the reverse. Ghostbusters is about 2 guys that work at a convenience store.
Yeah, called them Ghost Blunters.
Ghost Blunters.
That's the movie he's working on after Jane Silent Bob rebooted.
Hell
Your
yeah.
eyes are red. I think you may have enjoyed some Blunt Man and Chronic earlier, Allie. You know the character of Cockknocker,
Oh my god, we need to show you this movie.
played by Mark Hamill.
See, it's a funny story. Bam!
How'd you get the name Cockknocker? George Lucas
So
gonna
that's-
sue somebody.
So that's the joke.
Yeah, and then he
They
has a
did
giant
it
hand and he
backwards.
punches someone's
Cock.
in the cock.
Yeah, he knocks him in the cock.
Uh-huh.
Hence the name.
Fuck,
Got
those
it.
movies are dumb, aren't they?
Fuck you, they're great.
Oh, I am the click commander.
I make that shit work. Whenever you see a clit, you see this face.
3 movies of just people walking.
Even the fucking trees
Just
walking
walking
that
in
way.
the movie. I want to go watch. I need to go
Sam
watch those movies again.
Sam just bricks in Frodo's mouth, and he just pukes everywhere.
Allie does not look amused by any of these quotes.
We have to
Go
take an
box.
entire day to watch all
I
of his
feel like you have to
movies.
start her slow though. You have to start her on the original Clerks. It can't
Yeah.
get too crazy too
No,
fast.
honestly, I would even say like Ezra with Chasing Amy.
That's
Oh,
that's
that's
probably the most straight laced one.
Because that's a legitimately just really really good movie.
Yeah.
Indie film.
Yeah.
Good indie film.
Mhm.
Yeah, because Mallrats wasn't great. It was fun.
It was fun.
It was
Yeah,
okay.
that's I'm not a huge fan of Mallrats.
You suck 37 dicks
in a row.
Don't try not to suck any dick on the way to your car.
So I think one of my favorite jokes is from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, where at the end they're like talking about how it's Joey Lauren Adams and I forget the other girl, and it's the character from Chasing Amy, and they're talking about how they had got one of his comics turned into a movie. I don't remember which one. Because I don't remember what the final part of that was. It may have been Blunt Man and Chronic.
It was the comic from Chasing Amy, though.
Well, and then he goes, "Well, why don't they make your story into a movie?" And she goes, "Chasing Amy? That would never work as a movie." And I'm like, "Oh, but they did the movie. It was good." I had a huge crush on Joey Lauren Adams. So Hunter, if you're listening,
hit that crush
that crush button, crush that crush button.
If that's the one, I think she actually dated Kevin Smith too.
She's gorgeous and she's funny, and she was on Married with Children as well.
My only complaint about Kevin
idea.
Smith is that he almost died. Because
recently,
he can't do that, but he looks amazing now.
He does, super skinny.
And also he loved Suicide Squad. But
what?
He is not a partial critic because he has such a nerd boner for anything Harley Quinn. So like it could have been just like
I mean, she was the best part of the film. No, she wasn't.
No.
Captain Boomerang was.
I liked Diablo or whatever his name was.
El Diablo?
Yeah.
El Diablos?
The dude who didn't want to start himself on fire
Until
but
he did.
Yeah. Until he realized it was necessary.
I liked Slipknot.
Familia.
He's the man that can climb
It's not
anything.
Chavo or Edge. La Familia. La Familia, Ali, was a stable back in 2008,
9?
Yeah, somewhere in there. It was Edge when he was married to Vicky Guerrero.
Ali, Vicky Guerrero was the former wife of Eddie Guerrero. What?
Huh?
That's what she would do. She didn't have music. She would just scream, "Excuse me."
I think Ali knows Vicky Guerrero.
Yeah,
And it was him and he and her were married, and then Chavo was part of it. And wasn't it like Bull Buchanan or
No, it wasn't, but it was somebody that looked like Bull Buchanan.
Was it
But
Bling Bling
also-
Buchanan?
Also, Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins were in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They were the
because the
Edge-
Edgeheads.
Oh, yeah.
They were the Edgeheads.
Yeah. How have you listened to their podcast?
I fucking love their podcast.
Is it good?
It's really good.
bunch of nerds talking about toys.
Oh,
Yeah.
and you can't even
The
see the
dolls
toys.
they play with.
Oh, you play with dolls?
You can call me. What you can say? What's your next word?
So there's a word that I want to use,
There it is.
Yeah, nerd.
and it's from the movie Robin Hood Men in Tights. If Mel Brooks says it, is it legal to say?
No.
No, because you don't
every,
have the comedic timing or charm of Mel Brooks.
every word Mel Brooks has said has since been outlawed.
Damn it.
Yeah.
You know the word I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what it is.
No, I bet you don't, because it's not what you think.
Is it the N-word?
No. Why would they say that? Robin Hood.
What's Mel
I don't
Brooks?
know why'd they say it. Why'd they say it in Blazing Saddles?
He was black.
That doesn't make it better.
Dave Chappelle was in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
He was, yeah.
Yeah. Did you just say Abe Lincoln?
What was the
No, I said hey Blinken.
What was the movie that
The word was fagalous. Mel Brooks he does the hand signal, goes fagalous, which I always thought was a funny term. I didn't realize till later that what it meant. Okay,
There you go.
thank you.
Well,
what was the what? Get away from the subject.
It's a stoner comedy, and I'm pretty
Dazed
sure
and Confused.
no, it's Dave Chappelle and
Half Baked.
Half Baked. I think that's it. But there's a stand-up comedian who's in it who just gets real high.
Jim Brewer.
Yes. And then the guy who plays, I think, Shaggy in the Scooby-Doo movies.
Matthew Lillard.
Yeah. I think it's the three of them.
No. It's Dave Chappelle, Jim Brewer. What is the guy that was? I think he was on Mad TV. And he was in that movie like Rocket Man or something. It's like Harlan.
Oh, yeah.
Harlan Williams.
Harlan Williams. And
The pop copy guy.
the pop copy,
Yeah.
the Hispanic guy. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, because he's my favorite because it's just the fuck you, you're cool,
fuck you.
The best part of that movie is when
All of it? All of it.
When he's on the phone with Clarence Williams III, he's talking about weed or whatever. He's like, Sheila, Mama fell. Shut up, bitch. You tell Mr. Sunshine. Oh fuck, I gotta watch that movie again.
That's a
'Cause
good
I don't remember
movie.
the quote, but it's funny. You don't know any of these films. You look like you're supposed to go to sleep.
You're probably not for the worse because Half Baked was not good.
It was not. A lot of gay jokes.
Yeah, that's another one that probably doesn't
lot of
hold up.
weed
I only
jokes,
ever saw it on Comedy Central.
Tommy Chong was the Squirrel Master. I owned it on DVD.
Tommy Chong has never been funny. Cheech and Chong has never been funny.
You were wrong because Tommy
I've never
Chong
seen. Well, hold on, before you say it, I never watched that '70s show.
Yeah, because
Okay.
and that's where he's funny. He plays the exact same character, but but he's like he total full on burnout.
Instead of embracing the humor, they're making fun of
yeah,
the way they were. Yeah.
And just how they wrote
Photoshop.
how they wrote him off the show whenever he got arrested and like in jail for weed was just like he's like, hey man, I remembered I have a family. I left to go buy milk like 4 years ago, so I got to go back. And then he just shows up again like a couple years later after he gets out.
That's pretty good. That's not as good as...
That was actually really sad because him and Hyde had a bond. And then it turned out that dude is a total piece of shit. So
Oh, that guy is?
hard to go back.
Something Masterson.
yeah, I don't
Danny
remember.
Masterson, yeah.
That's
why they kicked him off the ranch.
Francis's brother from Malcolm in the Middle. They're related.
We started to watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer last night.
That's another show. I know
The
I've said it
movie.
before. I didn't. Is there a movie?
Did you not know about the movie?
I don't see it because I wasn't a Buffy fan, and the one time I tried to watch it, I couldn't get over the like. Oh, you very clearly need to have that. I watched this
in the 90s
as I was growing up in the 90s to be able to still. Appreciate
this one's
it.
even worse because this one, like I said, this one was basically clueless with vampires. It's Christy Swanson as Buffy. Luke Perry is in it. The main bad guy is Rutger Hauer, and his subordinate is Pee Wee Herman as the creepiest vampire you ever did see.
I mean, I see it.
It's on Stars.
Yeah,
and Donald Sutherland's in it. Before he went on to star in the terrible films, The Hunger Games, which were awful, and I hate them.
I went to see the first Hunger Games movie in theaters, and the girl I was dating at the time kept trying to give me the rundown of like what the book was beforehand. And I was just like, we're going to see the movie.
Right.
It's like, yeah, but I need you to, but you need to understand the story. And I was like,
That's what
they're going to show me the
for.
story on a giant screen.
Yeah, if the movie does not portray that correctly, then the movie fails.
So I was on a first date on the Hunger Games, and when the child dies, I giggled, and it was like the first time that girl ever really hung out with me. But it's because they did that.
And it was the last.
No, 4 years of my life, buddy. It was the shot of like the little girl looked confused, and then just spear in her stomach, and I was like, "What?"
Wow.
Yeah, I've never been kebabbed, but I was like, that was just comedically shot.
I was waiting for the part where she like slapped you or gave you a Hummer. I don't know.
Jeez.
I don't know. All
right there in the packed theater.
We've got to get out of here.
You're like, finally, something interesting to watch.
Yeah, finally something she can really sink her teeth into.
I don't like that turn of phrase in this context. Is that how you do it?
Yeah. You got to use a little teeth.
Look at them lips.
A little teeth.
Oh, we got those DSLs. I remember when you put DSLs on his
Christmas present.
That's not all she put.
Oh, we got to get out of here.
She put a word that Mel Brooks would use.
We got to get out of here. You guys have fun tonight and tomorrow as well. But not on Thursday.
I'm so sorry for tonight. Yeah, Thursday you need to like rein everybody in.
Thursday will be like the worship hour. All right, you guys take it easy. We'll be back tomorrow with Pro Wrestling Unscripted, and go take a shower. Try to wash this one off. Later.